This is week 13 and I have 8 trades mapped out for this week. Every single one has potential. But that doesn't mean I'm trading all of them. I have to wait for the perfect opportunity of one of these pairs for me to enter the trade. So let's break the pairs down. So at the beginning of the week, right now on Monday, we did not get any opportunity to enter the trade. Probably also not tomorrow, but we have some pairs mapped out here. The first one is AUD/USD, my second favorite. On the weekly, we have 3 areas of interest. The area of interest down there that is a little bit stronger than this area of interest. So it would be more beautiful if we get a retest to this area of interest. But it looks like that we are rejecting from this area of interest. And we kind of have the area of interest, a push to the upside. If we close above the structure point, we are again in an uptrend on the daily. And this percentage is only if everything happens like I want to. We don't have this win rate right now because not everything happened that I wanted to. This includes the pullback, an engulfing or a market drift, whatever. And on the 2-hour, we have to stay on the uptrend, 30-minute also, and 1 hour too. So this win rate isn't right now. It's just if we get everything that we want to. We have around psychological level and a quick little 4-hour area of interest just to completely enter the trade, because it doesn't look like we are getting another retest into this area of interest. It's way too far away. And we didn't get any opportunity to enter down there. So now we are in an uptrend on the 4-hour, trying to get a quick retest, better retest, and a better entry. That's my second favorite pair, but it looks like this is the pair that could happen, the recent. So let's hop onto CHF/JPY. On CHF/JPY, this is my favorite pair. On the weekly, we have a weekly rejection candle from this area of interest. It isn't quite the area of interest because it doesn't have 3 touches. You get me? It isn't really an area of interest, but we are at the highest point almost, and we are rejecting from this structure point, and it looks like we are creating a pullback, a needed pullback. On the daily, we can see if we can close under this structure point and create a head and shoulders break and retest. This would be really beautiful. On the daily, it is an area of interest. Strong rejection from here, and again then. And we have a clean round psychological level 203.000, and we are just trying to get the weekly retest catch to the EMA or this small area, daily area of interest. So this is already it with CHF/JPY. This is my favorite pair for this week. I don't know how long it's gonna take. Maybe it's almost. Maybe it's gonna take like 3 days, or I don't know actually, but this is my favorite pair for this or next week. Next we have Euro/USD. This is already from last week, the same pair. We did get a weekly rejection candle, like an engulfing. And now we are trying to get another quick retest. The only thing I don't like is on the daily, we are in an uptrend, we are bullish and rejecting from the EMA, and it looks like we could already have had the retest that we wanted to catch. But I still see the potential in this trend to go further to my area of interest. But we really need a good entry right here. I kind of don't like this pair, but we will see what happens with this pair, if you can enter or not. NZD/CAD is a pair that I like more if we get the right opportunity only. Like, we still are in an uptrend technically. We've broken above this lower high, and now we are rejecting from this area of interest. On the daily, we want a close above the structure point, get a quick retest of this daily / 4-hour area of interest, maybe EMA. The EMA is then probably at this area, and we will see what happens with this pair. But this pair is definitely not for this week. This week is pretty boring. We kind of don't have any pairs for this week to trade, or last week was also pretty boring, but we will see what happens this week. We still have Euro CHF on the weekly. It would have looked pretty good, but the only issue is we already smashed our first take profit without getting a quick proper retest. So this was our first take profit and we didn't quite get a retest. So now I'm waiting for another retest if we could potentially get a better entry or whatever. But I kind of like the situation that we could create a higher high right now because we already got the retest and the counter trend trade is basically over. I kind of don't think we are getting to this area of interest because we are kind of in an uptrend, not really, but we close above this structure point. It's only one candle, but I kind of have to count it at this point. So we will see what happens with this pair. If we don't get a perfect rejection, head and shoulders on the 4-hour, I am not going to enter this trade. GBP AUD, this trade might be gone if we don't get a better retest, but we did not get the opportunity to enter this trade. On the daily, it's quite a bad retest. We wanted to get a little bit higher into the area of interest. On the 4-hour, we wouldn't have gotten an entry at all. Like, this was in the middle of the night and this is the 7 a.m. candle open and this is not a entry signal. We are getting the rejection from the downside and not from the upside, so I can't enter this trade at all. So either this trade is gone or we have to get a better retest. Euro AUD, pretty a similar setup. On the weekly we are in a downtrend. It looks like we are creating a new lower low, and on the daily we just have this area of interest on the weekly and daily matched together, and pretty basic. I want a break and retest. We got a break under the area of interest. Now I want a retest. It's also a wick retest, a pretty small retest. I can't enter at this point. The push is already happening. I'm already too late if this is the push. If not, I need to wait for a better retest as well. We still got Euro GBP from last week. We closed under this area of interest that was our target area of interest from up there, and we closed under. We didn't quite reject from this area of interest, so now we could get a retest into the area of interest to then go further down. But I kind of don't like the situation that we are rejecting from the EMA. The EMA is quite the end level. We could create a new higher high. EMA is pretty strong, and the daily area of interest, we are not even in a downtrend. And 4-hour, yeah, we just barely closed under. So we will see what happens with this pair. If we get the craziest entry, we may be going to enter, but not really. I just have to see what happens with this week. So that's already the last pair for this week. I'm gonna update you throughout the week on the YouTube community page to see and show you what happens, and maybe on Instagram too. So the best trades only come if you're not forcing them and waiting for the right opportunity to enter. So this week I'm trying not to force any trades and wait for an A+ setup. I know it's frustrating if you don't get any entries for this week, but it is how it is. I'm trying my best to get an entry, but I'm not going to force any. Week 13, we stay ready. This is FX Control.